no fucking way in hell that anybody ever had a crush on me. Okay? I was dirty, stinky, fucking no filter, has Pipkin, highly opinionated. I was insufferable. There was the hoodie string girl though. She didn't like me. God, this one girl. She would come over, right? And she would pick up the string of my hoodies. She would just pick up one of my hoodie strings and she'd just start like chewing on it. And I was just kind of like... She was into your pickle. Was she flirting? She grew up to be very, her and, a mutual friend that we had grew up to be very, like, surprisingly, aggressively, like, political and stuff, but then, like... It's weird, because when I was younger, right? Like, I was very country mindset, right? And these girls were a lot more, like, open-minded and everything. And then they grew up, and they ended up becoming, like, very extreme, kind of stereotypical country mindset. If that makes sense? Are you saying they're racist now? Yeah. But, like, more stronger than just like that. It just throws me off, right? Because I remember, like, people would look at me, right? And they'd be like, oh my god, Pippa, you can't, like, feel like that. You can't, like, say things, right? Like, I'm not saying I was racist, okay? I mean, I was when I was, like, younger, right? But, like, at that point, I don't think I was... I probably was racist at that point, actually. They're like, Pippa, you can't be like that. And I was like... They're taking our jobs. And they were like, Pippa, you don't even... Pippa! Pippa, you don't even have a job! Pippa! I'm a much more tolerant person than I once was, chat. But I remember back then, right? I thought that was just like... Oh god, chat, okay, here's... Well, while I'm digging myself a hole, chat. Okay, when I was younger, it was very normal, like the people around me, to say like slurs and stuff, right? So I remember when I was young, Pipkin had like a dinner meeting with some people from his job, and everybody was telling jokes, and I was very young, but I'd heard these jokes from people in my family, okay? And I thought, you know what? I have a funny joke to tell. And I said, how do you stop a from drowning? And the entire restaurant stopped and everybody looked at me and... And then they... After that, they took me outside the restaurant and they said, Pippa, you gotta stop hanging around some of the members of your family if you're gonna be repeating the things they say in public, okay, Pippa? And I was like, okay. Why is it bad? And they were like, it just is, Pippa. So how do you, Pippa? People might need to save lives. Well, the way that I had heard it was you take your foot off their head, but that was very inappropriate. That was a very inappropriate thing, and I live with that trauma and the looks on everybody's faces for the rest of my life. I will never forget that moment. I will never... It was so fucking, like, it still keeps me up at night. I'm like, oh my god, thank god fucking, like, camera phones weren't like a thing at that point. Holy shit. On the topic of saying inappropriate things, do you guys ever have, like, family members and stuff where they're okay with some slurs and then not okay with other ones, and they're just sitting there like, in hindsight, you're just like, what the fuck? Or like, oh my god, I have members in my family where they'll be like, that's so fucked up what they're doing to them people. That's so, oh my god, we should be preaching love and tolerance. And then in the next breath, they'll go on a racist tangent about some other group, and you're just sitting there like... Okay.
Subscribe to So Zaced. The CIA used a nerve agent, probably VX, in an attempt to silence the world-renowned VTuber editor who is still recovering from the attack.